What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode. What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode, and on this episode I'm going to show you how to mount a fiberglass wing properly. Here I have my SuperMade Instant Gentleman wing for a JZX 100 Mark II, and I'm going to show you how to mount it properly. Now, if you want to, you could probably just put double-sided tape on this and mount it, but that can, it can fly off. For me in Australia, this is an expensive wing. It's about 700 bucks or 800, I don't know, but to get it from Japan, expensive. So I have these. These are like a riv nut, because if you want a riv nut fiberglass, you can risk cracking it pretty easily. So these are like a riv nut, focus, but they're rubber. So as you can see, the thread is right at the end. So when you put it into, say, a hole in here, it'll go into it, and this part will pull back and it'll sit inside it, and I'll show you how to mount them later. But first, let's drill some holes. Step 1, if you have an existing wing, remove it. If not, then don't worry about this part. So I've got the wing off. Took a bit of time, had to use some WD-40 and some rope, like thin rope, sort of wiggle it through here and get through it. Yeah, it turns out there's also a clip here in these wings. So here's the existing hole for the bolt. I might also, if you don't already have existing holes in your boot, what you can do is lay down your wing, or lay some tape down, lay down your wing and outline it, and then figure out where you can drill your holes, and then on the back side sort of figure out where you can, well, drill through the top and then figure out, you can probably just drill a bigger hole here or there, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's how you can do that. But I already have existing holes, so I'm gonna use this one, maybe one here and one here. We'll figure it out. But I need to get an caramel arbor wheel, or a caramel wheel to clean off all this shit, because I want to sort of really mount it on a clean, flat surface. I have to get it from super cheap, but because of coronavirus and Owen's in stage 4 lockdown again, have to click and collect it. So I'm just waiting on that text so I can go pick it up and I can go get it. But now I'm just gonna center the wing, or find the center of the boot and find the center of the wing, and then yes. So first I'm gonna lay down some tape. Well, here's obviously the center, around the center around here, so I'm gonna lay some tape down across here, and then measure across, and then divide that by 2, and then measure from one side in, mark it on the tape, and do the same with the wing. So we don't wreck the paint too much, because I'm going to use this boot on this one. This is just doing it on this, so I can still, just preparation, just makes it easy with prep. So I'll clean off this shit. So I got my holes marked in silver. One there, one there. This is just for, sorry, I'm using the fucking tripod as like holding it. It's fucking stupid right now. But yeah, yeah, I used a lot of tape to hold it on there because there's only one person. Put the boot up, mark the holes. This works if you have existing holes in your boot. If not, you know, you lay out, tape over, mark out where your wing's gonna go, and just, you know, mark a hole that looks like a good spot and drill it. And then you go to the back side, open up that hole. If you got this second sheet of metal, the inner skin that it goes over and you can't see the hole, you just sort of go through that hole again, sort of goes through, and then bigger hole on the other side so you can access a bolt into it. And yeah, so I'm gonna drill these holes out, mount it back up, and then drill a couple more holes so I can mark out where I want to put. So I want to put 2 in the back at least. So just sort of 4 bolts hold it. That's good. Yeah, that's really good. So it doesn't come off. And then obviously when I go to finish putting it on, you know, double-sided tape with the bolts, it'll be like factory, and it's gonna hold, and it's not gonna slip off or come off, and then you get to keep your wing on for longer. For the size hole I'm gonna drill, I'm just gonna measure the outer of this well nut. So it's, I don't know if you can see that, but that's 12.4 mil. I'm gonna try and find a drill bit that's a bit smaller than it, so it's a nice snug fit. If you don't know about these, they're called well nuts. You can get them from any, you know, marine sort of store, because they're used on fiberglass hulls on boats. I have a drill bit that is 12.2 mil. These are imperial drill bits, so they will be a bit off. So, and this is 11.9. I'll start with the 11. Oh, I'm going to start with a small pilot hole, and this 11.9. See how snug the fit is, cause so it can just sort of sit in there, it won't fall out. Also, you can always ream it out. Always better to go smaller than go up. So yes, but they are both smaller than the outer diameter of the well nut, so that is good. So now we got those holes drilled. I'm gonna drill the holes into the boot first for the ones that are 2 I'm gonna do in the middle. So I'm gonna drill them in the boot first, and then I'll show you. I'll just fucking show you. Sort of just guessing with these ones, really. I'm gonna drill a big ass hole anyways. Now that's the big one. Those holes would Yes. Thin metal, big drill bit, not good. I'm gonna have to fix that up. I think we'll leave cleaning that up for another day. I just want to get these holes marked before it rains, and maybe get a bit of primer on the spoiler before it rains, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll definitely clean them up. I'll make it a lot cleaner. But it's just so I can get to and mark it. So don't worry about it. This will get fixed. Don't worry. God damn it. Oh. Shit, man. Alright, now just gonna drill those two holes I just marked. So the rain sort of stopped a bit, so I just did there was some unprotected pieces of fiberglass in here and around here, so I just sprayed some primer over them, just to, you know, first little bits on those little bits of unprotected parts. Now, hardest part is trying to mount it, to paint it solidly. I just do it like this, so I can just because all the unprotected bits was under. There was actually a little bit of bog in one area just to sort of fill that edge to make it nice and good. They mount you a hole just, I don't know if you can see that. Oh my god, focus. Well, there's a hole. Right, there it is. There's a hole there. So this rivet is the perfect size, so I'll just hammer it into here, so I can just mount it, slide it on like that, paint, there we go. Fucking Jimmy scores again with the, I don't know, Spark brain? Big brain hours? Yeah, big brain hours. Yeah, we'll call it big brain hours. Yeah, alright, cool. So, after primer, I could tell that there was some along this edge here is where sort of they join the two pieces. There was some air bubbles, so I just went along and filled it with some 2-part JB Weld. One's like a sand, one's like the adhesive. So it sort of filled them up. So all I need to do is let it dry, sand it back, and then we're good to continue primering. So scrap that idea with using these weld nuts, because, you know, they go in, but then they don't sit sort of flush. So, yeah, they don't sit flush, because this fiberglass, well, this spoiler is pretty thin around here. These are just a bit too long for it. So, ended up making these little plates. So these plates, I just, you know, cut them out, chuck a riv nut through them, and they sit pretty much flush. Now, what I'm gonna have to do is, I'm gonna have to put a socket on this side and hit this side of the riv nut down, so it is pretty much sort of flush. So it's gonna sit pretty much flush, but the double-sided tape we're gonna put down as well is gonna take up some of that, you know, basically whatever's left over. So we'll get into that, and then we can stick these on. And the reason why there's these 4 extra holes is because whatever glue we're using, we're going to end up using liquid nails. So yeah, we're going to end up using liquid nails, and these 4 extra holes are so when you put it on the back and it comes through the top, it's going to grab it really good. You know, it's just extra surface area for it to grab onto and hold it. So that's why there's 4 extra holes. So yeah. Here is that first one. Come on, focus. I don't know if you can see that. See how it's sort of got that dimple around here? So let's flush. That's fat. So now, all we have to do is just need to drill out these holes just a tiny little bit, and then these will sit in there, or actually, yeah, these will sit in there super duper flush. So I have it just kicking back here. Hopefully this is gonna help bond it. Well, yeah, sorry I can only have 2 hands, so I had to, off camera, just plug it up and do that because it dries pretty quick. It's all over my hands now. Now I look like a carpenter. Yes, let's have a blood blister. But hopefully that is the magic trick to holding that shit in. But yes, we'll move forward to, yes, the next clip will be. So, come forward a couple of days. We've had some shit weather in Melbourne, so I haven't been able to do painting. You know, shit weather equals, you know, bad mood, so CBF. But I just quickly off camera, you know, just sanded these down, you know, a bit because they're all dried out now for about 5 days or something. Nice and dry, nice and hard. But yeah, they're smooth now. There is other ways to do this. This is just the way that was in my head and at the time. Obviously after you do this you get better ideas, but you know, my wing was thin, so my first idea didn't work. Second idea, it's working. We'll just see if it continues to work. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, if your wing is thicker, you can probably use my first idea, which is good. But yeah, anyway, so now I've also sent it back this area because it seemed to get some really pitty. You see, you got some pitty spots. But yeah, we sanded all that out. Don't worry about the black. I ran out of primer, and all I have is satin black left, so I used satin black as primer. But yeah. Anyway, I ended up getting more primer. So yeah. All right, we're gonna. Oh, I shouldn't. Yeah, anyway, we're gonna go over these spots first because they're basically unprotected, unprimered, because the metal and that, and then. Yeah, but we're going to do the spots that you can see that are the grey and the beige, and then we'll go over them first, let it dry, then start doing coats on the back to get the back of this some nice protection, and then yes, we shall continue on to continuing priming the whole thing. primer done. Now we're on to colour. I only have one can of the colour that I'm going to use. So basically, I just get a couple cans of just gloss black, acrylic, obviously. And sorry, it's very windy today, so yes. Yeah, a couple cans of black, just in case I miss or don't have enough of the colour I want. At least it doesn't show through primer. Just shows through black, you know, less of a problem. So let's get into painting colour. Also, I've been through like fucking 5 different type ways of how to paint this wing, and I think I come up with a solution, and I didn't think of it in the first place like a fucking idiot. It's just literally some wire tangled together in a drill, tangled to that, onto the bolts. Good. It's at a good height, adjustable, you can put it in the sun. Good day, but windy. Now for the final colour coat. Now for clear. So I now have the wing all wet sanded back and polished. She's looking very shiny and glossy, so now we can install it. Now we have the boot prepped up here. Can't get rid of some of this shit because it's actually into the paint. It's actually like taking the paint out, but we can fix it up at any time. Prepped the boot, just, you know, cleaned up some of this stuff, primered these holes, and also got rid of those dodgy holes I made and cut out some squares, and now you can get to access the bolt, or the hole for putting in the bolt. And I decided double-sided tape isn't going to cut it because the wing doesn't sit flush on the boot, and I've already just done a quick test fit to see if the hole's still on it. Double-sided tape, I'm not going to cut it, and because it doesn't sit flat, so it's just going to get water in there. So what I decided was, I have some of this shit just laying around. I'm just going to bolt it to the boot, I'm going to tape it off, and I'm just going to put this shit in it, make it look nice, and it's not going to leak, and it's going to be on there forever. So probably should have just done this in the first place, but I guess I can sort of remove it and install it, but it's going to be harder to remove it and install it. But we are pretty much permanently putting this wing on. Also, just cut up some bolts, and what was left over from these bad boys, there was a little thing on this side. Cut that off, put it onto the bolt as a grommet. Won't focus, please focus. Focus! And I just farted and it stinks. But yeah, cut the end off of that, put that on there. Now you have a little rubber grommet. And now have it all taped up so I can run a bead in here and on the back side and in here to seal it all up. And the tape is so you can, you know, clean out the bead, and then you can peel it off, and it's a nice clean cut so it's not dodgy. But we're getting to that, and then hopefully dry it up and then slap it on. it's siliconed or whatever that shit is, and tape is removed. As you can see, I don't know if you can really tell, but you can just see it, you know, it's sort of, you know, just gives it that nice clean edge, clean look. And now we just have to remove the lights, boot badge, just swap it basically. Yes, do that now. So, got the fucking wing on. Oh my god, it looks so good. Ooh, that's spicy. That definitely adds to the whole look of the car. That's definitely what the rear end needed. It's a bit more matched with the mismatch now, since we got so much mismatch going on. It's kind of matchy. Now it's more mismatch, but it's a bit matchy. Well, it just it flows a bit better. But oh my god. Damn. So glad I finally got this on. Fucking looks so good. Also, swap the badges over. Well, this badge. All you do is just you know, heat it up with a heat gun. Get some what do they call it? Tooth floss tooth, and you get it in there, and you just run it through, and then you can pull it off. But yeah, damn, that booty looks fine now. Damn, son, it's got that little sort of ducktail drag wing vibe going. Looks fat. Had to play around with some adjustments. Had to add a washer at the front just to bring the front up just a tiny little bit, and now it's all nice. But damn, I love it. That's definitely, the rear end looks so much better now. Oh, dang, I love that. That looks so good. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Thanks for watching. Video's a bit all over the place because of weather and coronavirus, stage 4 lockdown. Melbourne, can't go anywhere, so basically just going to work and doing whatever the fuck I can. I do have some big plans planned after lockdown, whenever that ends, so hopefully it will be soon, because I am losing my mind a little bit, going a bit crazy. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to take some photos from my Instagram, so if you don't know my Instagram, it's at Jimmy's Works. So yeah, please follow that, and you'll see some photos I'm going to take of this when I'm done with this video, because I'm going to get petrol and take photos at the same time. So yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, and see you next time.